If you're an emerging leader and you hold back in meetings and don't speak up, then you need to watch this video. Hi everyone, I'm Kyra Ronan, and on this channel I share with you videos around how to build your leadership brand, visibility and influence so you can unlock your leadership potential. If it's the first time you're watching this channel, then don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos that I post. And in this video today, what I'm going to be talking about is 5 reasons why you should speak up in meetings. So not speaking up in meetings is a common issue for emerging leaders, and a lot of the time it comes down to lack of confidence. A lot of people find it difficult to talk up in chaotic group conversations, and sometimes business meetings can be just like this. Everybody is talking over each other in a chaotic group conversation, so it can be really difficult to actually find the space to talk. Everybody keeps interrupting you. How do you deal with those people who interrupt you? How do you actually get your ideas and your voice heard in a chaotic group conversation? This can be really challenging, but it often comes down to lack of confidence or lack of self-esteem, and also lack of skills in assertive communication. Now, I'm hoping that these videos on YouTube and also the podcast that I have, the Leadership Pod, will help you in this area, because it's actually a common area that I help a lot of my clients with. And another reason why people don't speak up in meetings is because the corporate culture that they're in doesn't support it. You know, when I first found out about this, it was a surprise for me, I have to admit. It's unfortunate that a lot of companies don't support the growth and the development of their employees. Those employees are hired for a reason. They're in that meeting room for a reason. Their views and their opinions actually matter. Now, as I said, this was a surprise for me because I have personally never experienced it, but because of working with a lot of emerging leaders throughout the world, I know that it does happen. My first experience in the corporate world, I was working for Deloitte. I was a corporate tax consultant, and this was back in Japan. I was always encouraged to speak up in meetings. I was always asked what I was working on, what I'd achieved. Now, I have to admit that at that time, because I had just started in the corporate world, I didn't actually realize how important it was to voice your opinion, to voice your ideas in meetings, to talk about what you'd been working on and what you'd achieved. I did it, probably not in the best kind of way, because I didn't realize how important it was at that time, like I said, but I still was encouraged, and my corporate culture that I was in, it encouraged me to speak up. So a lot of you watching may be in that same situation. You may be in a corporate culture that does actually support you voicing your opinion and speaking up in meetings. That's fantastic. Leverage this opportunity. Make sure you use it and get your voice out there. And if you aren't in a corporate culture that actually supports the growth and development of the employees, then I have some tips in another YouTube video that I'm going to link to you below, which will help you get your voice heard, help you get your boss on board with you and everybody else in your team to actually share the achievements that you have. So I'll link to that video below, and I hope that helps you. Now, I don't know the reason why you personally are holding back in meetings. Maybe it's lack of confidence. Maybe it's the corporate culture doesn't support it. I don't know what reason you are facing as to, why you're holding back in meetings and not voicing your opinions and your ideas. But what I do hope is the 5 reasons that I'm going to share with you right now will give you the confidence and the courage to speak up and to share your achievements, to share your opinions and your ideas in those meetings, to increase your visibility and your influence. So let's get into these 5 reasons now. Reason number 1, it shows you have something to contribute. Now, if you hold back in meetings, if you don't speak up, if you don't tell people what your opinions or ideas are, people will assume you have nothing to contribute. If they assume you have nothing to contribute, they will question your level of intelligence and competence. If they question your level of intelligence and competence, they could question why you're even at that meeting. You don't want people to think this about you. Clearly, you are in that room for a reason. Your boss believes in you. You were chosen for that job for a reason. You were asked to attend that meeting for a reason. People want to know what you think. People want to know what you've been working on. People want to know what you've achieved and how you're helping the overall team and achieving the team's goals. So that is one reason, the first reason why you should speak up in meetings. Reason number 2, It's a free and easy way to increase your visibility. Now, people try all sorts of things to increase their visibility. They buy books, they do a lot of self-study, they invest in workshops, and sometimes even invest in coaching. But when I talk with my clients, the first thing I ask them is, do you speak up in meetings? Do you leverage this opportunity? And you'll be surprised at the amount of people who say, no, I don't speak up in meetings. Speaking up in meetings is a free way for you to increase your visibility. All of the other options that I suggested to you, books, self-study, workshops, coaching, most of them cost money. But meetings, it's a free way for you to actually increase your visibility and to get your voice heard. People in the meeting are asking you for your opinion. They're asking for what you've been working on. Probably the easiest way for you to increase your visibility with people you work with. And think about who is actually going to be in the meeting. It's likely your boss, right? You probably want to increase your visibility with them. You probably want to impress them. It's going to be your co-workers. You probably want to get the word around with them as well as to what you're good at, what you've achieved. You could even have other high-level decision makers in that meeting. And if you stay quiet, if you don't speak, you're going to be invisible to them. Whereas if you speak up, if you talk about what you've been working on, what you've achieved, you'll be noticed by them. So think about, who is going to be in the meeting? Who can you get visible in front of? And remember that meetings are a free and an easy way for you to increase your visibility in front of people who matter. Reason number 3, you add value to the meeting. How many times have you heard of people complaining that meetings are unproductive and they're a waste of time? A lot of the time, a 30-minute meeting could actually be cut down to a 10-minute meeting if people were actually more productive. And what I've found is one of the biggest reasons why meetings are so unproductive is because people are spending so much time holding back. They're spending so much time sitting there in the meeting, waiting for what others are going to say, waiting to get approval for actually speaking up in the meeting. This wastes a lot of time in a meeting. So a lot of time is wasted through people holding back and also through indirect communication. So if you learn to speak up in meetings, if you just put your ideas out there, if you just put your opinions out there, you will help make that meeting a lot more productive. So when people ask you, what have you been working on? Have you had any challenges or issues? Speak up. Tell the other people in the room what you have been working on. Don't wait to get approval. Don't wait to see what other people are going to say first to see if you're saying the right thing. I want you to just speak up off the bat, say what's on your mind, and help to make that meeting a lot more productive. Reason number 4, it gets you closer to high-level projects. Now, a lot of the time when I'm working with emerging leaders, they complain that they don't get access to high-level projects. Not speaking up in meetings is probably one of the reasons they don't actually get access to high-level projects. So when you speak up in a meeting, when you share your ideas and your opinions with your boss and with your other co-workers, it helps them to see you in a different light. They might not always imagine you working on a high-level project. They might not realize that you have the interest or that you have the ability to work on that high-level project. But by speaking up, it helps them see that, maybe this person is ready for that high-level project. So speaking up about your general opinions and ideas in the office can help you get access to those high-level projects. Now, if you're still finding it hard to get access to them, what you can do is make sure that during the meetings with that person, you actually comment on that high-level project they're working on. Put forth your ideas, your perspective, help them see things in a different way. If they're having challenges, help them overcome those challenges. Try and think outside the box here. And by commenting on a high-level project that somebody else is working on, it can help your boss imagine you also working on that high-level project. It can help them see that you're actually ready for this kind of high-level work. Reason number 5. It positions you as a leader. Can you imagine a leader not speaking up in meetings? Can you imagine a leader holding back and not sharing their opinions or their ideas? I can't. Okay, that's what leaders do. And even if they feel a lack of confidence, because quite often they do, a lot of people who are high achievers do suffer from the imposter syndrome or self-doubt. But even if they do have that in them, they know how to overcome it. They don't let it stop them. They don't let it stop them from speaking up in meetings and sharing their opinions and ideas. So if you have an opinion you want to share in a meeting, raise it. Speak up. Act like a leader would. If you disagree with somebody, speak up. That's exactly what a leader would do. If you have a different perspective on an issue, speak up. Tell everybody what that perspective is. When you speak up, it means you are acting just like a leader would. You're increasing your visibility, you're amplifying your influence, and you are unlocking your leadership potential. Well, I hope these 5 reasons that I've shared with you will encourage you to speak up more in meetings. Now, before I sign off, I want you to remember, you have been chosen for that job for a reason. You are capable of that job. You are competent in that job, and you are intelligent. Your boss believes in you. Your co-workers believe in you. The only thing that's holding you back is you. So next time you're actually in a meeting, next time somebody asks what you've been working on or what's your opinion, I want you to speak up. I want you to tell them. Don't hold back anymore, because when you hold back, you're hiding your intelligence and your competence. Well, that's all from me for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a lot of value from the 5 reasons why you should speak up in meetings. If you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe so you will get notification every time I release a new video and you don't miss out. And please hit the like button below, because it helps to share this video with other emerging leaders who need this information and advice. And don't forget to share it with your colleagues and friends, because remember, it could help them too. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.